at Mowers and Blowers! Good afternoon. Rainy day today in northern Huntington, Long Island. We haven't had rain in a while, and actually the weatherman says that this, a week ago, was going to be a couple of inches of snow. I'm like, snow? Get the hell out of here! Anyway, as usual, the weatherman is wrong. It's rain. It's like 50 degrees. Anyway, I have dreaded this moment for a few weeks. This is a Stihl Bg55 leaf blower. I got it through a trade from my friend Nick from West Islip. You guys follow my channel and know the history behind Nick from West Islip. When he takes shit apart, he takes the parts and he throws them all over the place, right? If you can't get it fixed, he says, "Hey Henry, you want it?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Well, what are you going to do if I don't want it?" He goes, "Throw it out." I'm like, yeah, I want it, all right? So he gives it to me. The things he gives me is always missing parts because when he launches it around his garage, he doesn't know where he launches it, right? Sweeps it up a few days later and throws it away. He probably goes like this. "Oh, I think Henry might have needed that." Anyway, as a result, what do I got to do? I got to go buy some parts for it, which I don't like to do. You guys know I'm cheaper than hell, right? This came with it. He said the problem with this thing was an old carburetor. You could adjust the fuel mixture screws left, right, up, down, whatever. Doesn't do anything. Needs a new carburetor. So the carburetor, not a big deal. Carburetor was like $9, $11, something like that, right? So when I got the carburetor, I was getting ready to fix it, right? When I put it on there, I go, "Hey, it's missing some stuff." Then I look and, oh, by the way, this carburetor came with this. It's a one-piece molded fuel lines, right? This came with it too, which is good. This carburetor also came with a new air filter, right? But when I got it, it didn't have the air filter base, which connects the carburetor on top of the carburetor with the air cleaner and the air cleaner cover. Well, it really won't function well because this has the choke assembly on it. If you don't have this choke assembly on it, not going to work. Also came with a couple of gaskets, right? So when I got the carburetor, I was going to put it on, but then I realized I had to order this thing. These things were like $20, $25. I found one used for $10, free shipping, so I got it. So then when I finally got that, I'm like, okay, great. Now I'm in this damn thing for like $25, right? You notice I didn't say $25. In Long Island, we go $25. Anyway, so $25, right? I'm getting ready to fix it. I'm matching this handle up with this thing over here, and then I'm going, okay, cool, fits just like that, right? Wait a minute. Son of a bitch, it didn't come with the trigger. So, what could I do? I just spent $25 on this thing, right? What, am I gonna not fix it now? I'm already in it for $25. So, I had to go and buy the trigger. Bang, zoom. Ridiculous. So I'm in this like $35, $37. What can I do? I'm gonna stop in the middle and not do it? I already put the money into it, right? So what do I have here? I spent $40 for a leaf blower that I might get $80 to $100 for at the right moment, at the right time of year, to the right buyer, you know what I mean? Fingers crossed. And at the same time, I don't even know if this engine will even run. What if the pistons are effed, right? What if there's something else wrong with it? I just spent all this money for nothing, you know? But that's what I get when I deal with my friend Nick from West Islip. You just don't know, you know, but in fairness, I've had good luck with his stuff, you know what I mean? And I know he means well. He just doesn't really take care of the parts when he takes shit apart, you know? That's what annoys me about it. But look, I got it through a trade. It's not like I spent any money on it. But I know that when I deal with Nick, I eventually have to spend money because he doesn't keep the parts. So today I'm going to attempt to put this damn thing together again, and hopefully this thing runs well, because at the very least I'll have a nice Stihl. Stihl is a good brand, you know what I mean? Bg55. Somebody told me this thing was worth $175. I'm like, get the hell out of here. You find some nut that'll give me $175 for this thing. First thing I gotta do is remove the two nuts that are on the tube. Oh, it's about to fall into the insides. As you can see, it did come with the linkage, comes off the two studs there. I'm gonna make sure how the linkage goes here, because if you don't have the linkage wrong, it'll drive you insane. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Don't move. As you can see, it comes with that one-piece molded fuel line that's been busted. So thank goodness I chose. Look, this carburetor, I could have got it for $8, but it didn't have all this other stuff. For $11, I'd rather get all this shit, you know? So I'm gonna have to disconnect this fuel line over here and kind of pop the new fuel line into the gas tank. So here's the old carburetor. Here's the old grommet with the fuel thing. I'm gonna have to take this out of the gas tank. So you just get a screwdriver, flathead, slotted, shove it in there, push it out, and there it is. Wipe this area. Make sure nothing goes back into the gas tank. Wipe away from the hole. And I'll just shove that in there. You know, ain't it supposed to have like a filter on here or something, you know? It's supposed to have a filter on there. Oh, there's stuff in it. I'm gonna have to drain this gas tank and find a filter to shove on here. I'm surprised this thing didn't come with a fuel filter. Oh, great. There goes my linkage that I said I wasn't going to move because I didn't know how it went. That's fantastic. So you know what? I don't see a fuel filter in there, fellas. So maybe it didn't have one, or it's not supposed to have one on there. It's nonsense, right? Unless it has a built-in fuel filter in here. I doubt it. It's just like a hose. It's gotta have a fuel filter in here. But look how big that hole is. I'm not even gonna say it. Well, I mean, I would think you need a fuel filter for that. I'm gonna go find one, see if it fits this hole. So I found a fuel filter, and it's got a big nozzle. Big enough nozzle that it fits perfectly on here. But then I thought, how am I gonna get this in there? But if you look, it's kind of designed that way because look it's a grommet system, so you can fit the fuel filter through here. The hole's big, you know what I mean? So I could easily just put that on here like that. Convenient. All right. Now, this is the fuel line that goes to the input for the fuel, right? This other one here is for the return. That's why this part is so short, right? When you prime, it sucks the fuel through here, goes in there, cycles through the carburetor. Any excess fuel goes in here and back into the tank again. So that's how that works. And you can just shove it in the hole. And push it in. Shove it in the hole and push it in. There we go. Look at that. And you can kind of rotate it. Oh, pop back out again. Since this line here is shorter than this one, right? I don't know how it goes. But you see this one is shorter than this one, and this is shorter than that one. You want to assume that it just matches up like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to shove this one in there. Man, the hole in this line is really small compared to the nozzle. I don't want any sexual innuendos you guys are thinking of in your brain right now. I know you are. So that, I mean, I don't know if this goes in all the way in, or is that good enough? You know, I would think that it needs to go all the way in for it to be more secure. So let me just try to weasel this in for a bit and see if it goes all the way in. Alright. Alright, so both of them are on there. Pretty tight. Pretty tight. That may not ever come off again. Alright, let me figure out the gaskets. What did I do with the gaskets? Alright, so you got two gaskets here. They both look... Alright, one's got 2 holes. One's got 4 holes and one's got 2 holes. Sorry, one has 5 holes and one has 4 holes. You guys know what I mean. I don't know. I really don't know. I looked at the old gasket and it only had 1 hole. And there's only 1 hole on this side. So I'm thinking that's it. Before I mount this on here, I better try to put this, at least hook this onto there, even though I'm not sure how it went. But you gotta get the linkage on here somehow. And I could have sworn I remembered it was like that. Maybe. Did I ever mention to you guys that I hate working on 2 strokes? I think this might have to go underneath this. Can you believe that? It's a pain. And it won't go on there unless you take this off. Holy cow. This sucks. I know some of you guys are probably yelling at me going, "No, Henry, you got it all wrong. I work on those things every day." Well, I don't. Not really. Damn. All right. That feels okay, I guess. Guess it's how, it depends on how the trigger goes, you know? I guess that's alright. This gasket there, does that look like it matches up perfectly? I don't think the holes matter. These 2 little nuts on there. Go, stop going. Okay, fellas, I got the carburetor on there, fuel lines, fuel filter, air filter base. What is that? I'm missing something that goes there. Like a rod that goes in there that holds the trigger. Could this be it? I don't know. I just don't know. I might have to go look up parts diagram. Remind me never to get something that I don't know what the previous owner did to it, the parts involved. I have no idea what it's missing until I'm actually doing it, and then you figure out that parts are missing. So it's missing like a rod that holds the trigger in this hole. This has a ground wire attached to it too. So I'm thinking it has to be steel, not plastic, right? I don't know how that grounds anyway, because if it doesn't attach to anything else that's metal, how is that grounded, you know? But nevertheless, there is a ground wire here in a loop that goes right there. And it needs some kind of a bolt that goes in there, like that. And I don't know what it looks like. In the parts diagram picture, it just looks like it's there. It doesn't look like you can buy it or anything. And it doesn't look like it's metal. It's not like a separate part. But this definitely has a rod in there that holds it so that you can trigger, right? And this other part goes in here. I went to my shed to look for another, maybe something that looks like it. I definitely don't have a steel one, you know what I mean? But I found this thing. I guess I could just cut it here and cut it there and use the middle part there as the rod. It goes in there. Maybe put something around it to make it match the hole perfectly, or find another bolt or something. But it needs something there to hold that into here, right? A rod. Otherwise, if you don't have a rod there, it's just loose like that, you know? So that's why I was putting this off for so long, because I just knew that I was going to have a problem with it. You know, even after spending $40 on parts, I honestly just want to throw this off a bridge or something, to be honest with you. As you can see, I found this rod. I don't know where it's from. I just found it in my box of parts. And it is exactly the diameter of the hole for the handle, the trigger, and the other part of the handle. So looking at this inlet here, it's about 1/4 inch deep. So I'm just gonna do about eyeball 1/4 inch deep, like around there. And I'm just gonna cut it to length because it seems to fit nice and snugly. Better to be too long than too short. Where did it? Oh. All right. Look, guys. I think I got it. Look. How about that? Works. Well, I just hope that ground thing is right. You know what I mean? I gotta find some screws to put that in because I don't have any of those. And there you go. I got these bolts. They are not original, obviously. They stick out a lot. But these are such where the hole to get it in there, I think, are Torx. So they go inside, you know? I don't have those. So, too bad. This is the way it's going to be. But it's tight. It's on there. Well, sort of. Watch. After all this, it doesn't run. You watch. Can you believe that? Can you believe I went through all this trouble for this piece of garbage? Drives me crazy. This is 50 to 1 True Fuel, non-ethanol, so it's ethanol free, and it's a 2-stroke mix already done. So you can't F this up. So that's that. New carburetor, fabricated rod for the trigger. I bought the trigger, I bought the air filter base, I bought the carburetor, I bought the new fuel line. So we got a new fuel line, I got a new fuel filter in it. Put that on, put the trigger on. Trigger seems to work just fine. So I guess I'm gonna try to prime it and see if any fuel goes in there. Not a one. I'm gonna keep messing with this, fellas, until I start seeing anything. Okay, so I was pushing it, and it wasn't filling up with gas. So I looked inside, and when I was pushing it, I saw bubbles. What does that mean? It means that I reversed the lines like I always do. So the logic behind shorter one goes into the longer fuel outlet, long one goes into the shorter fuel outlet, doesn't apply. It was the other way around. So then now I switched the lines, and now the bulb is filling up with fuel. So it's on choke right now. I'm going to do this for a little bit because it's new. New to me. And we're going to try to start this now. Okay, I primed it. Dash is on. It's on choke. Primed it. It's a new carburetor, so it ought to work. That is, I'm a little worried about that ground wire that was going into that thing that I made. I mean, I did use steel, you know. Whoa! So we know we're getting spark. Let's do off choke a little. Look at that idle, too. Okay. It's on full run. It was half choke before. How about that? Okay. Nice. So you can see the blower tube is kind of loose on here, and you can't really tighten it anymore. You know what I mean? So it's just worn. So I'm going to find a inconspicuous area, like upside down here. I'm going to drive this self-tapping screw right here. And I might have to do another one on top. So I want to see if I can adjust it a little bit better. I know I should not touch what's good enough, right? But it kind of not bogs, but the responsiveness isn't what I would like. It idles just well as it stalls. I'm not sure if this is the low or the high. It doesn't say, you know, but I'll mess with it for a bit. All right. So there you go. What a headache. Hate two strokes. But being this is a Stihl, I had to try it. Yes, I invested $40 into it, which is completely not what I do. But because I bought one, I realized I needed the other. I had to go buy it. Then when I got the two, I'm already cursing to myself about buying it. And then I find out right after I'm trying to do it that I needed another part. So I had to go all in. So 40 bucks. I haven't bought anything for 40 bucks all year, you know? So I had to go all in because I was a quarter way in, then a halfway in, then 3/4 in. I had to go all the way, so I just had to just keep doing it. Otherwise, what am I going to do? I already spent $25 into it. All I need to do is spend another 10 to get the trigger, you know what I mean? So, you know how it is. Once you get in there, you got to keep going, you know what I mean? So I'm in this for 40 bucks. I'm not very happy about it, but in the end result, even after a lot of trouble and realizing I was missing yet another thing, right? I had to go fabricate my own rod for the trigger, which miraculously it works, right? Got the fuel lines all screwed up, but I got it right now. I just adjusted it, and this thing starts nice. Blows pretty well. I adjusted a little bit, but I'm gonna leave well enough alone. This is good enough to sell, because when you do sell things like this, right? You show it to the guy, you start it up in one pull, you blast it a few times, guy's like, yeah, good. So I mean, look, I'd be happy if I get my money back for this, you know what I mean? 100 bucks maybe if I'm lucky. Some of you guys say that the Bg55 is worth a lot more than that. I don't know about that, you know? But I'll list it for $150. We'll see what happens as spring rolls around the corner. I'm in no rush. My friend Andy from Jericho could use one of these things. He's got electric stuff. I've been trying to get him into gas stuff, you know what I mean? And then I said, let me fix this and give it to you. And he's like, too heavy. And, you know, it's true. Gas stuff is a little heavier than electric stuff, but come on! This is Stihl! Works just fine. You know, you should warm it up a little bit, and it runs really, really well. But I'm pretty satisfied with it, all in all. I got it through a trade from Nick from Islip. I don't know, I really have to question whether I trade with him again, to be honest with you. Nick, goddammit, save those damn parts, man. Otherwise, it's a headache for me. I just showed you, you know? But anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on this repair of a Stihl Bg55 leaf blower. It sucked, but we got her done. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video, and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.